Hello, welcome to Code Inbox Automation Lab. This is Sherful. In this lecture, we're going to learn some Cypress automation interview questions. We'll see number of questions that's very common, usually asked during interview, but it's not limited that questions. There's a tons of questions based on Cypress, but we'll go some of the very common questions that's usually asked during the interview. So number one, what is Cypress? So Cypress is a next generation front-end automation testing tool built for the modern web application. Cypress is unique from other automation tools for a number of reasons. You can highlight few of the reasons. Say number one, Cypress automatically waits for command and assertion before moving on. Unlike other automation tool, you have to use waits or sleep. But Cypress it does automatically waits. It is a built-in command that's automatically work with the waits. And number two, ability to test edge test cases by mocking the server network response. Number three, Cypress takes snapshot as you test run. So we can hover over each command in the command log to see exactly what happened at each step for before and after. And another one, number four, would be because of its unique architectural design, Cypress delivers first, consistent, reliable test execution compared to other automation tools. So its result, it's always more consistent. And last but not least, view videos of your entire test execution when run from the Cypress dashboard. So through the Cypress dashboard, you can view your entire test execution in all the videos. So those are the very few unique numbers or points you can highlight to mean what is Cypress. Next question. Which programming languages are supported to Cypress? So unfortunately, it's only supported JavaScript. Unlike other tools like Selenium, it supports Java, C, C#, Python, but it's Cypress is very specifically front-end web application and based on JavaScript. So it supports the JavaScript. Number three, does Cypress use Selenium? Very interesting question. Well, Cypress does not use Selenium or Selenium code. It runs tests directly inside the browser, unlike Selenium. Basically, Cypress executes its code directly to the application, which is one of the great advantages of Cypress compared to the Selenium. So no more waiting or sleeping on your test, unlike Selenium that Cypress does. So you can, I have a very separate complete video that shows the key differences between Cypress and Selenium. So please find the link in the description and you can watch that video. I can show even very quick. So this is one of all the Cypress tutorial, like for the beginner. We have a lot more video if you can find in our tutorial, like in our channel for Cypress, but those are the very beginning, and one of them you can see the Cypress versus Selenium, the key difference between. So please go through, then you can have a more details information, the difference between Cypress and Selenium, and as well as you will find the link below in the description. Next, what are some of Cypress features? What are some Cypress features? So there's tons of Cypress features. It's better to highlight some of the very unique one, right? That makes Cypress unique. So example, let's see what are those. So the answer is, first, automating waiting. So Cypress, it automatically wait for DOM to load elements to become visible, the animation gets completed, and so on, so many. This is one of the unique features that Cypress have. There is no other automation tool does automatically waiting the session until its object or elements visible. So another cool features is time travel, which is control traffic video recording of test run or taking screenshot of test execution. As a result, you can hover over your command in the command log to see exactly what happened at each step. And then another one, it's a screenshot and video. One more time, there's a few different places you can find a screenshot and video too. So here is another specific features is screenshot and video. So view screenshot taken automatically on failure or videos of your entire test suite when run from CLI. Last but not least, the debuggability. Cypress gives you the ability to debug directly your application in under test from the deb tool. So those are the main highlighted the features you can say that Cypress makes unique. There's a few more. Check the Cypress website document, you will find lots more features too. But those are the if you use the Cypress already. So feel free to add more features. And the next one, what makes Cypress different? Okay, we already explained some of the unique features that Cypress have that makes it different, but let's talk a little bit more. So firstly, it's architecture. So most of the testing tool operate by running outside of the browser and execute the command across the network, whereas Cypress execute its command directly to the application, like directly inside the web application. So Cypress is also have ultimate control over your application, network traffic, and access to every host object that unlock a new way to test was never been possible before. Cypress let you alter any aspect of how your application works. Example, you can mock the server response error to replicate the exact scenario to validate the outcome of the application. Like when it's we see this the 404 error or 500 error, like page does cannot display. So how you can test that kind of scenario? So you can mock your network response, make it alter like error that can the same error, and then you can see when this shows that kind of error, like 500 or 404 error, is that really shows the right response, which is really shows the right screen, like page cannot display or something else. So you can do that through the Cypress. So last but not the least is shortcut. And it means Cypress lets you programmatically log in to any specific page of the application using shortcut, other than visiting the login page, type your username, password, and wait to load the page. So those are very very unique things that Cypress makes different compared to other tools. So next one is, what is Fixture? So basically, Fixture is uses to set external piece of data that can you use in your test. Fixture files are located in the Cypress Fixture by default, but you can configure to another directory. It's totally up to you. You will typically use Fixture command to send your request. So next question is, which browsers are supported in Cypress? So Cypress has capability to run tests across multiple browsers. Currently, Cypress has support for Chrome family browsers, like including Electron and Chromium based Microsoft Edge and Firefox too. Recently, Cypress started to work on Firefox too. So we're hoping that in a near future they will add more browser like Safari and other browser too. and IE probably. And then next question is, does Cypress support Xpath? So technically, no. Cypress only support CSS selector by default. So to locate your object, you have to only use CSS selector. This is the by default nature of the Cypress. However, there is a way to use Xpath by installation add-on, which is -d Cypress Xpath. So this is the add-on can help you to let you use the Xpath if you're familiar with the Xpath, using Xpath to locate your object. So you can do it, but we don't encourage that. Cypress doesn't encourage that. This is the Xpath is the people who are used to very familiar and used to use Xpath in Selenium. They can alternate, they can use the Xpath in Cypress too, but it is not the default process to locate your object. And the last question, what is Cypress dashboard? So the dashboard in a Cypress is a web service that gives you access to tests you have recorded. Typically, when running Cypress tests from your CI provider, the dashboard provides you insight in what happened during your test run. Specifically, if tests are failed, you can debug failed test with a screenshot and video. It reduces test time with parallelization and so more. I have a full video in regards dashboard again in our channel. If you go to our channel, you will find over here Cypress dashboard, like over here, what is dashboard in Cypress and how to set up, how it works. Okay, and it is a full video as far as you need, and also use cases of dashboard. So please go through that video to know more about and do some practice. So I would say just go through all the tutorials over here, so that will give you enough confidence to crack your interview for Cypress. As well as you will find more about different project based on Cypress we have done, like BDD based on BDD features, how we use the BDD features, all those things. So you will go through our channel, you will find in-to-in course for Cypress. So that's all for today. So again, this is not the this is just number of questions, but it's not that all of the questions that you will find always in interview. There's a tons of questions, but those are very commonly asked during the interview question. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.